Ready? Pleased, obviously, that we're advancing. We lead the game for 39 minutes. Morehead State's a good basketball team. I got so much respect for Preston, their head coach. I think he does a tremendous job. It's the first time, I didn't realize this, it's the first time they've ever been in the NIT. They changed the rule. When you get old like me, you lose track of how long ago it was, but they changed the rule a few years back that if you win your regular season championship, you're going to get the automatic qualifier in the NIT if you do not capture your conference tournament championship, i.e. the NCAA tournament, which I am all for. When you win your regular season championship, you deserve postseason, meaningful postseason, and so I was proud to see Morehead get that. Watching the game, I'm going to be completely transparent. We win on Tuesday in convincing fashion. Wednesday, as I'm watching the game, I'm watching Clemson. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go to Clemson, and I knew one guy on our team would be excited, Trey Jemison. And Clemson jumped out early like we did. We kept reminding our team that. They were at 15 in the first half and chipping away, and then Morehead made plays. They're a good basketball team, and they tried to make a run at us. Our guys responded. Solid win.
Just kind of what your thoughts on Ty Brewer and going into the game, did you see this kind of night? Maybe not this kind of night, but did you call things for him early to get him going?
Every time he's in, I call him for him early. I felt like we were going to have a definitive size advantage. I'd been starting him, and then I changed it, and I went with EG just based on matchups. And then this was just strictly scouting. I'm looking at Morehead, and they're small in their backcourt positions, and I knew that we would have an advantage if we could get it to him in the box early. So that was why I did what I did, and boy, did he respond. Terrific. Really played well offensively, and when you're leading scorer, one of the best scorers in the history of UAB, in Jelly, shot it as poorly as I've seen him, 2 for 12, and I thought they were pretty good looks for him. A lot of times he'll shoot crazy shots that I'm the only coach in America that would allow, and trust me, I don't allow all of them by free will. But I thought he had good looks tonight, and he just didn't make them. For us still to beat a team that just went in and won at Clemson by 18 just shows, man, that we're more than that, and got contributions from a number of different guys, obviously led by Ty.
Talk about the size differential. Just talk about Trey Jemison going out there getting 16 rebounds. 12 which were on their offensive glass.
Yeah, the defensive end, which is where we need to be. We were plus 14 on the glass, 16 assists off 33 made field goals, only 6 turnovers. We dominate points in the paint, second chance points, bench points, all of the things that we need to do. I thought Tony gave us great minutes, made a couple shots at the end, but even more importantly, I thought we did a good job on guarding Mark Freeman, the player of the year in the OVC. We held him to 4 for 14. He's a tremendous scorer. So again, pleased with everyone that got in the game for the most part, and pleased that we're still playing.
And Andy, I know it's been 2 games in a row that the guys have dominated inside. But not only Trey Jemison, you've got Ty so close to a double-double with the 9 boards. Just talk a little bit about, it's not just the bigs inside, but the team as a whole is playing aggressive and getting rebounds and going after balls.
Yeah, and I thought KJ was good for us early. He in the second half, statistically, he didn't do much. Yeah, when we play Ty at the 3, he's 6'7", he's athletic, and he needs to play that way. And he played that way tonight. We're going to need him to play that way as we don't know when yet, but we know who and where we're playing next. And I've watched a little bit of Andy throughout the course of the year, and I know they're like an SEC front line. So he's going to have to play the way he did tonight in order for us to have an opportunity to get to Vegas.
How about taking care of the ball tonight? Only 6 turnovers. No one had more than 1 turnover.
Yeah, Morehead's kind of a pack line D, and we've seen a bunch of those in our league. And they're not going to give you much in the gaps. They were doing a great job of really stepping up on Jelly, but everybody else they were kind of a soft cushion, trying to not allow penetration. So in those type games, if you can get some ball movement, you shouldn't be high in the turnover category. Typically all year they haven't turned people over much, and I was proud to see that we weren't loose with it tonight. I thought we were very efficient offensively for the game. We ended up shooting 50% from the floor. It wasn't a great night for us for 3. It could have really gotten out of hand if we could have made some threes, only 5 for 19, and I'm not sure we forced many of those, but did a great job off our offensive glass, did a good job of finishing points in the paint.
Coach, many games in a Memorial Gym, just what do you tell your players about how to kind of handle that atmosphere, especially just the weirdness of how that gym is kind of constructed?
Yeah, it's strange. I do think now when I was there, they wouldn't let the coach come off the baseline. I think now you can come off the baseline. But when the game is away from you, I mean, you're going to have some leadership. because your voice rings hollow. I saw last night, as you get deeper into this NIT and the sting of not getting to the NCAA tournament wears off, people get excited again. I thought we had a great crowd, great energy today, and Vanderbilt had a good crowd, and they like basketball in there. I don't know if you know, but they like ball. So I am anticipating a big crowd. It'll be loud. Again, another SEC opportunity for my guys. I think we'll be excited about it.
What do you admire about Jerry Stackhouse and the way he runs his program?
I think he's an excellent coach. And they run a lot of quick hit isolation stuff, i.e. the NBA, his background. Jerry's done a good job in a situation. He's just kind of stayed the course. And they caught fire at the end of the season. They're playing as well as anybody in college basketball. I think they've won, 75, 80% of their games in the last 6 weeks. They were having such a hard hill to climb. They just came up a little bit short. But like Stack, good coach, great program, nothing but respect for Vandy. I've had many a battle in that building and looking forward to another one. Thank you.
Well, first off, just talk about that almost last rebound you got for the double-double. It kind of went out of bounds, but just, talk about, being able to play as well as you did and, just that moment of almost getting it but not.
Okay, so knowing that I need that last rebound for the double-double, it was kind of hurtful. The wind took the pain away, so I'm going to let that one slide. I was kind of frustrated. I try not to show that, but that's beside the point. But tonight, man, I'm really proud of, us, the Blazers, because, we came out, we didn't come out sluggish. So I'm really proud of us, I say that, because I am a part of us, and without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I did tonight.
For you, how important is it for you? It seems like when you hit your first couple of shots, it really, you really kind of take off. For you, how important is those first shots to kind of get yourself rolling early?
I say that they're very important, you know what I'm saying, because starting the game off, I know, the first couple of shots really depict, the momentum. So, when they go in, I'm I just got to start it. So, I'm I got to keep on, going so I can keep us going. That just would be going through my head, but, I feel like those were some important shots.
In the first half particularly, but even really the whole game, but in the first half particularly, did you feel like you just couldn't miss? I mean, is that the sort of feeling that comes when you're rolling like that? Sort of.
It really come down to I'm inside the 3-point. I'm this is my whole area, so I feel confident and comfortable in that whole area. That's what it come down to with me.
How much did Coach mention here, but how much did they stay on y'all in the first half? This is a team that was down 15 in the first half the other day. Rolling early. How much did they sort of remind you of that and keep you from getting too caught up with the big league?
Now, they reminded us a lot, and we knew we had to listen because, Clemson's a pretty good team, and if a team can do it once, they can definitely do it twice. So he made sure at halftime, he reiterated that a lot, and so we kept that at the back of our head, and we made sure we came out with energy, similar to what we came out in the first half.
And Ty, how special was it to you, knowing the last time you were playing in Bartow Arena with the UAB jersey on, to go out on top, 25-point season high in front of a good crowd in Birmingham?
No, it felt good because I was not expecting the crowd to come out tonight like that. So for me to be able to, put on the performance the way I did in front of them, it mean a lot because I know they're coming out for us, and I'm glad that I can make them happy.
How much is obviously there's still a sting of not making the NCAA tournament. I know you guys really want to do that, but how much is these two games and a chance to play at Vandy, and how much does this tournament sort of take that sting away a little bit at least?
I mean, game by game is really taking it away because we had high expectations and high hopes to make it to the NCAA tournament. So, we can't have our heads down forever. So we know more basketball. That means we're doing what we love. So, practice by practice, game by game is definitely taking some sting away.
Have you watched any Vanderbilt this year at all? Are you familiar with their team?
I'm familiar with them. I do not know who they played last, but yes, okay, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with them. I know they're a pretty scrappy team. I say that, so I know we got to be ready, but I trust this.
When you were at Southeast, did you have a big game against Vandy? Big game? Was it at their place?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what was it like? And
Oh, I loved it. Having their fans down there, court level. I liked it. So it's a pretty good environment. It gave me you got to hoop. got to come out ready, or you're gonna get punched in the mouth. So I like it.
Well, obviously you did that night.
For sure. Got to do it again. Got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Anything else for Ty?
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
And to play into their hands. But I was really proud of our guys and our fight that we had because, we spotted them 10 points right off the bat. Then we come back, and then you look at halftime, and we're only down by 12, and you may say, well, that's a lot. Well, they only beat us by 2. Going for the next 17 minutes, for those of you keeping score at home, it's pretty good for a group of guys that, are outmatched in terms of the physicality and the size that UAB has. But we did a great job of sticking together throughout that game, making our runs. We just didn't make enough shots here tonight to beat this team.
What did you see that against UAB that you were coming back, you were getting it down to 10, getting close? What kind of kept you from getting over that hump? Get it cut down?
Yeah, well, our game plan, we're always going to try to take away your best player, okay? So I know you guys have looked at the box score. Let's make sure it's not lost on all of us that we held Jordan Walker to 5 points, okay? He lights everyone up. He's an elite scorer to the tune of the second leading scorer in the country. So we hold him to 5 points. It wasn't like he was in foul trouble. Okay, we did a great job collectively on him, so we want someone else to beat us. And Ty Brewer comes in and gets, more than triple his average against you, and it wasn't like those were easy ones. I mean, he made some tough twos, uncontested jab, dribble, or unassisted, heavily contested shots. So, we're going to say, hey, someone else is going to have to beat us, and if that happens, we're going to tap them on the butt, tell them good game, we're going to go home. That's what happened here tonight.
Preston, talk about the fight of your team. You mentioned getting the early deficit. It's okay, you bounce back. But man, these guys are gritty. They never quit.
Yeah, without a doubt. We played hard. We're battling. We're competing. We're sharing the basketball. And again, we probably just didn't see quite enough shots go in. This is a team that, they're so big, they're physical and athletic, and what they do, they have that advantage against most teams they play, certainly against us. You're just not going to score enough at the rim against them. It's just hard. They're not going to let you do that. So you got to be able to make double-figure threes. We got wide-open looks tonight. Some of them went all the way in. They came right back out. We go 7 of 33. I think if we'd have made 4 more, we make 11 of 33. We're talking about how we're going to beat Vanderbilt this week. Didn't happen. And so we had to fight, though, all the way through it. And I always say, David, if you're going to end your season, okay, you got to check 3 boxes. All right, number 1, you got to lose to a worthy opponent. Check. Those dudes are good. They're very good, okay? They're one of the top 100 teams in the country, just like what we are this time of year, all right? You want to give everything you got. We battled through the final buzzer right there. And then you want to stick together. And we did that. You saw the huddles. You saw the fight. You saw the togetherness throughout the adversity of the game, getting down 19, cutting it to 10 on 2 different occasions. We checked all 3 of those boxes, and you feel good about it.
Preston, after what happened to Clemson late in the game, you cut it down to 10. These guys are believing out here.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to what they just did at Clemson.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. When you get confidence and march and momentum, it's really powerful. It is so powerful. We see it in the NIT and in the big dance. These teams, they get that momentum, they get that confidence. How do you create it? I'm not going to tell all my secrets, but you figure out a way to create it, and then if you can maintain it, then you go on a special run, and we just fell a little bit short of that here today.
How big was that Clemson win for your program, winning the postseason, just the momentum carry through to next year, recruiting and everything?
Yeah, well, it's a big one. A lot of our administration said it was probably the second biggest win outside of knocking off Louisville 12 years ago, whatever that was, in program history. And so it's big. It's big. It's the first time that we've been able to beat a Power 5 school since I've been here, because those games are really hard, and you typically play those earlier in the year when you're learning about your team and you're figuring things out. They typically just make you better. And so we were excited for the opportunity to be able to prove how much better we've gotten and what a great team we are. But that's a big win. It's a huge win for our team. Put us on the, not that we're not on the map anyway, but everyone knows that we are. But it kind of sent the message that, hey, we can play with anybody. And it speaks a lot to the character and the humility of our team, because the NIT is as wonderful as it is. Sometimes not every kid wants to be there. And I'm not even talking about the 7, 8 guys that played tonight on the stat sheet. I'm talking about the other 6, 7 guys that battled to push us and make us better every single day. Our kids were completely bought into it, and the result was that we got a huge win for our program.
must-win season. It's become the expectation at Morehead State, which is a testament to the job that you've done. Talk about how important it is to keep that standard there and keep that expectation.
Yeah, I want to say that this might make 10, 20-win seasons in program history, roundabout. It's not a bunch, but to do it 3 times in a row with just different players, and roster turnover speaks a lot to just the stability of our program. And that is the expectation. It is the standard. But we only got there because the expectation and the standard was that we were going to do things the right way. We were going to do it with integrity, and we were going to come in every day with our lunch pail and our hard hat. We were going to outwork people. And so for that, I'm most proud of it, and the results really speak for themselves, and we're going to continue that without a doubt.